No matter where you go or what you do, it's always best to let your son know that you are proud of him. And sometimes you just can't be a hero on Earth. Space needs to be protected as well. Just a friendly reminder from your boy Animated Heroes, don't forget to check out my boys at Sculptimo Toys for the best figures, best prices, and fastest shipping if you guys haven't already. Let's get into it. What the heck is up, you guys? Animated Heroes here, back with another action figure review for you. And as you can see, today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Spike from Cowboy Bebop. And I highly recommend, for those of you who have not seen this anime, go check it out. As you guys can see, I just bought the complete series. I meant to watch this before the review. I actually bought it like a week ago, but I've been slacking off. Honestly, I don't really remember much from this anime because it's been so long since I watched it, which is why I bought the series. But I'm probably not going to cover anything that happens in the series just because I don't even remember most of it. Now, that being said, I'm not extremely excited for this line because I feel like they're going to do what they did with Lupin, probably make one or two characters and then just stop. It would be great if we got the 4 main characters and the dog, of course, but I don't see it happening. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at that sexy packaging because my, is it sexy. Now, for that sexy packaging, as you guys can see, we got the brick surrounding the packaging that's very reminiscent of the anime. I dig that. The window packaging with Cowboy Bebop and SH Figuarts right there. Tamashii Nation's quality, so you know it's authentic. Sunrise sticker right there. Haven't seen that one before. Tamashii Nation's Bandai, so of course you know that it's real. At the top, we got Cowboy Bebop and Spike. Right here at the bottom, nothing much going on. Right here across the side, it says Cowboy Bebop. I really dig that. Cool silhouette of the character right there. His name right there. And Cowboy Bebop once again. On the back, we got a couple poses you can get Deku's dad into. And then at the bottom, a whole bunch of Japanese stuff. That doesn't really matter. So that being said, let's go ahead and bust this guy out of the packaging because I'm ready to see what this figure is all about. Now, straight out of the packaging, I gotta say, my first thoughts on this figure are that it is straight to the point. And I know that's probably a terrible way of explaining it, but I don't know any other way. It kind of reminds me of the SH Figuarts Sanji. Of course, that's because of the body, but I mean, as you guys can see, it's the character laid out completely. And the art style was pretty bland most of the time, at least for his character. So it makes sense that there's not a whole lot to it, but in terms of looks, I mean, the character's perfect. You got the hair, you got the bland face, you got the bland outfit, the suited outfit rather, and I mean, the paint, it's pretty cut and dry. It's not a whole lot of shading, a whole lot of that, but I mean, it looks nice though. I wish there was a little bit more shading. I really think it would have brought this figure out a bit more. Not that I dislike it by any means. I mean, the figure itself is great, but shading along these wrinkles right here would have definitely brought this figure out a whole lot more. Now, I will say they did it in the hair. They did a very good job of shading the hair, but there's just no other shading on the body. And I don't know why they do that. The shoes probably look the most plain out of everything. And I wish they would have added just like a little bit of black in there along the wrinkles. That would have made it look a little nicer in my opinion. But I mean, this is Tamashii Nations. They're known for taking away shading and adding detail. And of course, detail is all there throughout the body, so I can't argue that. It's just, sometimes you always wish a little bit more would be put into their products, but oh well. Anyway, that's a good look at it. I do dig it. I think that you guys will. Let's go ahead and put him back and see how tall he stands. Now, to the top of his head, Deku's dad does stand literally right at 6 inches, about 5.5 to the top of his forehead. But, I mean, I think he stands the right height above his son. I mean, it works out perfectly for me. He's definitely going to fit in scale with most 6-inch figures, which is perfect. That's all that matters. Now, articulation-wise, he doesn't look up very much simply because of the hair and the collar, which is obvious. He looks down really well, though. You can motion his head just about however you want. It does get really good tilt. Of course, once again, being hindered by that collar. His arms go up that much, definitely unbeatable. It does have a swivel right there, of course. He has a single jointed elbow, unfortunately. I don't know if there's any way they could have worked in a double joint, but I mean, you get a little over 90 degrees, so I'm I'm cool with that. He does have a slight butterfly joint. It's not the best, but I mean, it works. You can't get him with his arms across his chest very well, but it is there. Now for his hands, they are on a ball peg and you can pretty much move them freely. One thing that I dig, so I'm cool with that. Now for his diaphragm joint, he leans forward about that much, leans back about that much at the waist. He doesn't lean forward much at all. So all of that forward motion is going to come right out of the diaphragm. He can swivel, of course, but it's going to look weird if you turn it too much, as you guys can see, because the jacket's not going to line up. But he can turn very well. And this is a soft plastic, so you don't have to worry about it hindering too much. His legs are on what looks like the drop down leg method, but they don't actually drop down, so don't try that. His foot goes forward about that much really well. His foot goes back that much. He can do the splits almost completely. He has a single knee joint, but I mean, you can get pretty good range out of it. It's not that bad. Works well enough for me. He doesn't have a swivel right here, but he does have one, of course, at the foot. His foot goes up about that much, down about that much. He does get really good ankle pivot, and he does have a toe hinge. So articulation, passable, definitely. I wish they would have worked on a few more areas, but I think I'll be able to get this figure in just about any pose that I want to get it in. Also, one thing that I forgot to mention is he does have a built-in thigh swivel. So yeah, you can make that work as well. Now for accessories, he comes with his default face straight out of the packaging and a pair of fist hands. He comes with a smiling face, which I'm glad that they included. He comes with a freaked out / be gone thought looking face. I'm glad they included this as well. He comes with a cigarette in his mouth. This is the one I wasn't expecting, but I'm very glad that they included it because anyone who's seen Cowboy Bebop knows he smokes every episode. So that's great that they included that. Now for hands and accessories, I'm going to show in the rack because that's how it came, and it makes it a little bit easier on me. He comes with his signature pistol. He comes with a pair of open palm stylish hands. He comes with a pair of trigger holding hands. He comes with this hand right here with the pinky out. I'm not really sure what these are for, so if you know, feel free to comment. And then he comes with a pair of cigarette holding hands. Would have been cool if they included a lighter, but this is Tamashii Nation, so you never can ask for too much, and they gave us enough, so I can't complain. Now for some size comparisons, here he is standing next to two Marvel Legends. Figured I would bring these out since Endgame just came out. My boy Black Panther, who I screamed when he came out during the movie. And of course, Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, which is probably my most favorite MCU character right now because God, I love her on screen. Next up, here he is standing next to the SH Figuarts homemade suit Spider-Man and the Figma Overwatch Reaper. And I think he fits in scale with them pretty well. Much better than those last two Marvel Legends. Lastly, since these guys are popping as well, here he is standing next to the Hasbro Overwatch Ultimates 2-pack, Soldier 76, and Ana. Once again, I think he fits in scale with these a little bit better than the Marvel Legends. Now, my final thoughts on this figure are exactly what I said at the very beginning of the review. This figure is very cutthroat, dry, and to the point. That being said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it at all. I have no issues with this figure. There's only one thing I feel like Tamashii Nations could have done to make this figure better. Of course, there's single joints in certain areas. I wish it was double jointed, but that doesn't really bother me. This figure just needs shading. Coming from an anime like Cowboy Bebop, where the art style is very simple, it's very bland, it's an old school anime, shading would have definitely brought this figure out a whole lot more. And of course, like I said, they did a great job with it on the hair, but the suit just lacks, and there's so many wrinkles in it that it would have been a great opportunity for them to add it. Now, I know they needed to keep it within the budget, keep it low, whatever. I would have paid 10, 20 more bucks for this figure for them to add a bit of black shading into it because I like this anime enough to do so. And I feel like the people who do wouldn't have minded that either. It would have made this just so much better. And as far as keeping this one in my collection, will I do so? It just kind of depends. This is one of those anime where for me to enjoy posing the figures, I'm gonna need everybody. And I just don't think that Tamashii Nations is gonna complete this line. Like, I seriously don't think that we will get all four of the main characters. I see him, we might get the girl next, and that'll probably be it. Fala, I think is her name. I really don't remember. Yeah, you're not a true fan, whatever. Call me whatever you want in the comments. I don't care. It's been a while. But I think we'll probably get her if we do, and that'll be it. And for me, just like the Lupin line, I'm not going to be satisfied. They gave us everyone but Goemon. Why? I just don't get that. But I'm not going to turn this into a rant. Overall, the figure's great. If you enjoy the anime, definitely get it. You will enjoy the figure. I can promise you that, because it's damn near flawless. It really is. And so if I had to rate it, I'm giving this guy a 9 out of 10, simply because my only issue is no shading. So yeah, that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. If so, don't forget to give it a like and a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And of course, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.